Hello.
Hello,
Hi, good evening.
good evening. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks.
Good to hear that. I hope even this lesson will be a very good experience. Let me just check. Do you hear me and see me?
Yes, okay, it's okay.
Excellent. Very clear even from my side. So we can start. For the very beginning, let's have brief introduction. Is that okay with you?
Yes, okay.
Okay, let's do it then. I will be brief as I mentioned. I am Nancy. I come from Bosnia and Herzegovina and I am an English teacher. I love to teach and meet new people. It's fun. My hobbies are reading books, watching movies, but cooking is on top of the list. I really, really love it. That's
Oh,
pretty much all about me. Thank you for listening. Please tell me more about you.
my, I'm come from Vietnam and I'm 26 years old and now I'm living in Japan for 2 years, 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And in my free time, I love to reading. I love reading and doing exercise. That's it. Thank you.
That's all. Thank you. Thank you for your very kind introduction. We both like reading, so what kind of books do you like to read?
I love self help book.
Uh-huh. Nice. Do you read in English sometimes?
Just a little bit.
You're trying. Well, it's good. Keep trying. I know, especially reading like novels can be a little bit complicated, but of course, with practicing, everything is possible and everything becomes easier. You live in Japan now, but originally you're from Vietnam, right?
Yes, yes.
Uh-huh. So, how do you feel about life in Japan? Is it good? Do you like Japan?
I think it's a good place for living, but it just feel lonely a little bit
I
because
understand.
I living here without my family, just only me. So sometimes I miss my family.
I believe
And
you.
when when the pandemic come, I cannot come back to my country.
Hmm.
So I'm waiting for pandemic is over and I want to come back to my country immediately.
That's right. I totally understand you. This pandemic made situation even worse with traveling. So we are kind of separated. Sometimes we cannot see family members and it is bad, but I believe this situation will come to an end soon. If nothing, I hope majority of people will be vaccinated so that traveling becomes safer options so you can go back to your homeland and see your family. I believe you miss them a lot. But luckily, there are social networks, so maybe you can
Yes.
see them on Skype, on Facebook, like that.
Yes, that's how the pandemic in your country now.
Well, I can say it's getting better compared with before, but still, there are some cases of infection. But the only thing, vaccination is not going very well in here. Majority of people is not really vaccinated and it's not interested to be vaccinated, especially younger people. So maybe I can say that is current situation that we are dealing with. How about in Japan? How is the vaccination going now?
In it's, Now in Japan it's about 80%. Everyone has finished two shots.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
80%,
mm-hmm. I
and
understand.
maybe it's going better.
I'm glad to hear that. It's really important, and that is really promising, and it means states of emergencies are no longer on power in Japan, so probably even traveling will become a better option and safer option, so everyone can travel where people want to go. And how about you personally? Are you vaccinated, and did you develop any side effects?
I got I got two shots
Uh-huh.
vaccinated, and in Japan, everyone preparing to get free time.
Uh-huh. Whoa.
Yeah.
That's right. So two doses are believed not to be enough, so people are being prepared for the third doses. And you didn't have any problem with vaccine. There were no side effects.
No, nothing.
I'm happy. I'm really happy to hear that. And I wish you a lot of good luck and all good luck to all people around the world because this pandemic lasts for too long. We want it
Yes.
to be over. So I hope it will be over soon. So we have to be optimists. Thank you again for sharing some thoughts with me. It was really pleasure to, get to know more about you. Now let me check when it comes to lesson. Would you like us to have free talk or do you want to use some material maybe?
I want free talk.
Okay. Random topics or something specific?
No, nothing specific. Whatever.
Okay. Of course, we can then talk randomly about many topics. So I would like to ask you about uh, consequences of pandemic to economy in Japan and Vietnam and in Asian countries in general. How negative impact pandemic had, especially on economy? What businesses are mostly affected by all of this in there?
And how to say how to say about that?
Take your time, think about it.
I think when the pandemic come, a lot of business has, you know, cannot run anymore. They don't have income enough to run company.
Hmm.
So there are a lot of company has run off. How to say about that? It stopped running.
Hmm. Like they went bankrupt. Many companies went bankrupt.
Bankrupt. Yes.
Mhm. What kind of companies mostly went bankrupt?
It's,
Restaurants, hotels?
yes, like a
Mm-hmm.
restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
E- Everyone cannot go outside,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so they cannot receive any income.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's right. Unfortunately, it's similar to here and probably in most of countries. We can call that with one name, hospitality sector. I will type it for you.
when,
Hospitality sector is exactly including hotels, restaurants, touristic places. So we call it with one name hospitality sector. And I agree, yeah, hospitality sector was mostly affected by this pandemic and many companies went bankrupt. Many people lost their jobs. So yeah, somehow they are struggling with finding a new job, how to pay the bills, how to have enough money for family, and so on. So it's very difficult situation. How about the government of Japan? How, in your opinion, how did they treat this situation with pandemic?
I think they did, you know, not good enough for stop the pandemic
Mm-hmm.
because Japan is a big island.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can do good enough at first, like stop receiving foreigners come to Japan, maybe it was go better now.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Well, basically, when it comes to many countries, I mean, it was new situation. Pandemic came out of nowhere. Nobody was prepared for that, and even governments of many countries worldwide really dealt seriously with the pandemic, and very often they didn't deal very well. In some countries better, in some countries worse, but yeah, still people complain. I know Shinzo Abe was prime minister, then Suga inherited Shinzo Abe, and now there is new prime minister in Japan, Kishida, right?
Yoshida.
Yoshida, not Kishida. Okay, I was near. But however, he's a new prime minister, so do you think he will improve situation when it comes to pandemic in Japan?
Actually, I don't care much about the Japan government. It's very complicated. They have I watching Japan news every day, but so I saw that the government have a meeting every day. It's so complicated, and they talk about the pandemic every day. It's so boring, and they, maybe I think
That's right. Well, yeah, I also am not too into government and politics, but in general, when it comes to this pandemic, we had to depend on them, and we had to sometimes listen to news and what they're announcing in terms of lockdowns and states of emergencies and so on. But yeah, I hope they will do a good job all around the world, and if nothing, I hope they will bring this pandemic to the end so we can feel more free to socialize, to move around, and exactly to travel. So when the borders are open in future, you want to go to Vietnam first. So what do you expect the situation in Vietnam to be when you go to visit?
maybe I just want to come back to visit my family for 2 weeks because I'm working now, so I don't have time for stay longer. So
So you want to spend more time with them, pretty much, right?
yes, it's two
I
years.
understand.
2 years ago, I have come back to Vietnam. Came back to Vietnam, and until now, 2 years. Yes.
Wow. That's really too long. I understand you. I also had to be away for some time when now I returned to the city. And yeah, I was with my kids in my hometown, and my husband was in another city. So it was very difficult. And I totally understand you how it is to be separated from family. You want to see them, but for safety, simply you cannot. And because of some restrictions or lockdowns and not not being able to travel and so on. So we have to be patient.
Yes.
This is kind of a situation that nobody expected, but it is here, so we have to deal with it in the best possible way.
We have no choice.
That's right. But that's why many people complain. It's boring. We feel lonely. We cannot socialize. We cannot go out. So many people started maybe some new hobbies or some even businesses, let's say online and so on. How about you? What did you do to have fun during the time of pandemic?
I have day off Saturday and Sunday every week. So I spend time for reading and go outside, do exercise, and I have climb. I climbed the mountain yesterday, just only me. So I have met a lot of Japanese and make some conversation with them to know more about Japan is interested.
That's right, exactly. It's very interesting. Japan is a very nice country and they have amazing sightseeing places, beautiful nature, especially now. It's autumn season. You can see beautiful nature.
Yes.
Temperatures are really comfortable, so you can truly enjoy and meet some good friends in Japan. What is your impression about people in Japan? Are they friendly? Are they ready to welcome you and so on?
They very very polite,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's good. So you feel very welcomed in Japan.
but I don't know how exactly to talk about it. But they are very polite. Maybe what they are thinking in their mind, I don't know.
Uh-huh,
Maybe it
uh-huh.
maybe it's different with what they said.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, also my impression is that people from Japan are really nice. They're so
Yes.
polite. They're so respectful and they're not too noisy and they really kind of respect people who come from different countries. They respect their culture and everything. So that's great. So I think you can enjoy and I really think you can meet great people in Japan. As you say, you don't know what is in somebody's brain or head, but I believe, yes, it's very good when somebody treats you politely. You feel kind of good.
Yes, I have no problem with that, but I just my thinking.
That's right. Well, it's normal. Sometimes, yes, we often meet new people. Maybe, yeah, they're very polite, but maybe, I don't know, they have some kind of different image or opinion. So I totally understand how you feel about it. But I believe they're really polite and they really think so. They really think the things that they're saying. Indeed. And when it comes to traveling and visiting places, usually and generally speaking, even before pandemic, what kind of places do you like to visit?
Actually, Japan is the first nation I visited.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe in future I want to visit around Asia.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Nice.
Can you
You
write out your nation name, please?
No problem, of course. I am from Bosnia and Herzegovina.
So let so English is your mother tongue.
No, Bosnian. Bosnian language is my mother tongue, my first language. English is my second language. And yeah, nowadays I speak English more than Bosnian because I'm an English teacher. So it's almost opposite, like it became first language. But in general, I'm born in Bosnia and official language in Bosnia is Bosnian language.
So everyone can speak English.
Well, not everybody, honestly. But there are many people who can speak in English. And if you come to visit here, you will always find somebody who speaks English, especially in touristic places. There are people who welcome tourists. So if you are interested in Bosnia, please come. You will be able to find people who speak English. People are very nice and friendly, so it's nice. We are located in southeastern Europe. It's very small but beautiful country, and I think every tourist who comes here can have a great, great time.
It's near Serbia and Croatia.
That's right, near Serbia and Croatia. Yeah,
Or
that's right. Would you like to come to Europe one day?
if I can, if I have chance.
That's
It's
right.
not easy to come to Europe.
I understand you. I would also love to visit Asia, but it's very far away. It's very expensive to
Yes, that's right.
travel. So, yeah, then usually people don't travel because of this reason. But if I had a chance, I would like to visit tomorrow if I can. But it's hard.
Yes.
So we are on the same page when it comes to. But usually, when I travel, I like to visit historical places, places with beautiful nature. So, what would you recommend? Let's say you're from Vietnam. What would you recommend me to visit in Vietnam? What are the most popular sightseeing places there?
Maybe I can recommend Da Nang is the Da Nang province is a very everyone say that Da Nang is the most province they want to live in Vietnam. Yep.
Da Nang, Da Nang, right?
Yes, it's very beautiful and there are beautiful sea.
Mm-hmm.
Da Nang.
Oh, I love ocean. I would enjoy. Is it good beach for swimming? Is the ocean clean?
Yes, and it's very clean province, clean city.
Oh,
I also never come there, but I want to come there one day.
I'm just looking at pictures of Da Nang. Very beautiful, fascinating, and there are some hills. Very, very attractive hills. I love this.
It's cheap,
Whoa.
not expensive. Welcome to Vietnam.
That's good. Vietnam is much cheaper than Japan, probably.
Yes, that's right.
That's good to know. So we can enjoy a beautiful place like Da Nang, and of course, we can even save some money for traveling, like buying souvenirs and eating good food. What famous food would you recommend in Vietnam?
Hmm. Maybe noodle soup. Noodle
Noodle
soup
shop?
is the is one of the famous food in Vietnam, and maybe everyone foreigners knows about it.
Hmm. I heard about noodles. Sometimes I buy noodles in the supermarket and I make them, but it's like cup noodles. But probably if I go to noodle store, the recipe is more original and it's of better quality, I believe. So I love generally noodles, so I would love to try Vietnamese noodles.
So are there any Vietnam restaurant in your place?
Well, not really, not really, not even Japanese. In the capital city of Sarajevo, there are some maybe Chinese restaurants, one Japanese restaurant that I know of, but in most of places, yeah, we don't have, let's say, Asian food restaurants. Maybe Chinese in some big cities, like in the capital, Sarajevo, but in general, mostly, no. We mostly have Bosnian restaurants with Bosnian traditional food, which is very tasty, but also, let's say, Italian. Italian food is very popular.
Spectacular.
So you can find pizza restaurants, you can eat pizza, like pasta, lasagna, macaroni, and so on. So if you like Italian food, it's good. But if you come here, please try Bosnian food. It's very delicious, and I advise you to try burek. Burek is a meat pie, and eat cevapi. That is like the most traditional dish in here, these two. Very delicious.
Oh. So if you come to Asia by plane, how long does it take?
Wow, many hours, many. I think there is no direct flight. Maybe I would
Ah,
have to go to Germany, then from Germany somehow, but I believe there is no direct flight. So maybe one day, I don't
one
know, it
day.
would take me. That's right. It depends. Or maybe, I don't know, 20 hours, 15 hours, something like that, if there is direct flight, but there isn't. So maybe I would need one all day.
I feel tired.
Yeah, but it would be worth it. We have the time difference. It's day now, but in your country, it's already evening. So we would probably feel jet lag and everything, but it would be worth it. So I really hope I can come to Asia, and I hope you can come to Europe to see all beautiful sightseeing places. But today, I'm really glad we talked about many things. You're a very good student and you have nice English, but keep up with practicing to boost your confidence even more. Thank you so much
Yes,
for
thank you
today.
so much.
You're welcome.
See you later.
See you. See you and take care, please. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.